Hi, I'm Jonathan Broughton from polesandblinds.com, and today I'm going to show you how to fit this 28mm Rolls Neo spun brass curtain pole. So here are the parts for this Rolls Neo curtain pole. This particular pole is 3 meters in length. Like I say, it's the spun brass colour, so you've got the extendable cut brackets ×3, backing plates, centre joiner, and the 2 finials which attach to the curtain pole with the small grub screw once tightened by the Allen key. These particular brackets are great for eyelet curtains because you can extend the bracket in and out depending on the size of the wave of the eyelet curtain, so they again are secured with the small grub screw. So now I'm going to mark out the positions for the brackets. The first thing to do is work out how far out the bracket is placed. It's quite a wide window, 3 meter pole, but we have a restricting factor here, this wall, so we haven't got a huge amount of room. Normally the bracket would go 20 centimeters out, but we can't do that. So we've kind of got to work out getting the finial in, then maybe 1.5 inch space for the last eyelet or curtain ring. So really, I want to get the bracket as close to, but allowing some room for the last eyelet, because in this case I'm going to be hanging eyelets on the pole. So I've got that in its rough distance out, and that's 12 centimeters to the center. So I know that I need to be measuring my bracket out 12 centimeters. So I've got the 12 centimeter measurement that I want the bracket to be placed out. So that's from the edge of the recess. So that's 12 centimeters out. Small pencil mark. And my eyelet curtains are around about 85 inches from floor to top inside eyelet, so I'm going to add a bit more on to actually work that out. And it's actually 85 to the fixing, centre of my fixing point, so just make a small pencil mark there. And again, I'll measure out 12 centimetres and 85 inches off the floor. So now I'm mirroring the measurements on this left hand side of the window, so that's 12 centimetres out. And that was 85 inches, which is 216 centimetres. So that's the centre point of my bracket. So now I'm going to string line across the window to just ensure that the pole will be straight once fitted, and also to find the location of the centre bracket. So I'm just going to get my bradawl here, pop the string line onto it, and then that's in the mark I made on the wall. And again, across to the right hand side of the window, bradawl in the right hand mark. So now the window has a string line running across. I actually had to make some adjustments because although it's correct off of the floor and off of the coving, the top of the window, which is sloping down slightly on the right, was giving sort of a funny impression of how the pole would sit. So made some adjustments and it's looking good to the eye. All I need to do now is find the centre between the 2 bradawls. So I'm just going to do that right now. So the measurement from bradawl to bradawl is 260, so that is 130. So let's make a mark under the string line now. 130. Just going to pull the string line. There we go, 130. Right there. So now I need to mark out for the brackets with my small paper template. So I've got a spare bit of paper, which is actually the packing from the Neo curtain pole. What I've done is made a little template here. So I offered the template up to find out, and I've drawn around it to show half the template. I've then marked the halfway point, which represents exactly under the fitting in the centre. So what I'm going to do is offer this up to the mark that I've made on the wall. So I put my centre mark on the braddled hole, and then I mark the outer part of the bracket template, and again I twist this round, centre point on my centre hole, mark that there, mark that at the top, and what I do, I get my back plate. So I'm placing the back plate in the centre of the 4 dots that I've made, and what I'm making sure is I've got the circular hole on the left and the elongated holes top right and on the bottom. So this helps us get some adjustment on the height of the bracket if needed when it's fixed. So what we do, we just centre it up between all the dots and simply scribe through the holes to make the area where we're going to drill. So all 3 bracket positions have been marked out, and now I'm going to drill the holes. I've got this handy little box here which I can just push up against the flat surface of the wall to catch the dust. Drilled and plugged all the other holes, and just remains to plug this particular hole here. So I take the back plate and then line it up with the raw plugs. I've got the Rolls Neo extendable cut bracket here. I'm going to keep it on its minimum setting in terms of projection, because that's perfect for the eyelets that I'm going to fit. So now I'm going to locate the threads together. There we go, that's got that. Turn that round. What I would do is undo this little grub screw here. Just flip that up the correct way. Tighten that up. It's ready to accept the pole. So I've attached the ball finial to the end of the curtain pole. So what I'm going to do now is offer the curtain pole up onto the brackets. And this is the tricky corner, because we have restricted space with the wall here. I'm just going to keep that just about 5mm off the wall. And now what I'm going to do in the centre is make a small pencil mark where I require this excess piece of pole to be cut off. So I'm now going to cut the excess piece of pole off the end. I've got a hacksaw here. You can use a junior hacksaw, will cut through the pole quite easily. Make sure it's a nice and sharp blade, so I'm just going to locate the blade, put my thumb next to it. So I'm going to pop the joiner into the centre of the pole to help the poles stay together when I'm fitting it. The pole is relevant amount off the wall, and then measure the distance between the bracket and the finial. Okay, so I've got that measurement, and then I cut the other pole length down accordingly. And for the final piece of pole, which has been trimmed to length, the internal pole joiner, just squeeze that together, hold the other pole, make sure the join's neatly in the middle. Try to take that there. And what I'm now going to do is secure the screw to stop the pole from shifting left or right when the curtains are drawn. So now I've installed this 28mm Rolls Neo board curtain pole. This particular colour is spun brass. There are other lengths and colours available. We have the 19mm range, we have the 28mm range and the 35mm range. Both the 28 and the 35 come in lengths from 120cm all the way up to 4m80, and the 19mm range available from 1m20 up to 3m60. For any further information on the Rolls Neo range, please call us at polesandblinds.com on the number below, or any problems or queries regarding measuring, please don't hesitate to contact us.